I'm a cryogeologist, a specialist in deep core drilling. Unofficially, I was a member of Expedition Group Search 3. Our mission was to cross the zero line. That's what we called the Trans-Antarctic Mountains. The official objective, to collect unique ice cores. The real objective, to find out why the gravitational anomaly beyond the line had increased by 17 over the last decade. We crossed the wall. There were 6 of us. I was the only one who returned. Here is what we discovered. Take notes. Fact 1. The physics. Immediately beyond the ice ridge, it's different. The air is denser, the pressure is 9 higher. At first, it's easy to breathe, almost euphoric. But after a couple of hours, paranoia sets in. The air composition showed elevated levels of xenon and another unknown noble gas that caused this effect. Gravity is 3 on a 4 lower. You feel lighter, but every step sends a strange vibration through your bones. Fact 2. The light and sky. There is no sun, no moon, no stars. The entire sky is a solid milky white dome. The light comes from everywhere and nowhere. It has no source. It simply is. Because of this, there are no shadows at all. Imagine a world with not a single shadow. It drives you mad. Your sense of space disappears. The brain can't judge the distance to objects. Fact 3. The ice. It's not frozen water. Our drilling rig failed within an hour. The analyzer showed that it's not H2O. It's a phase-inverted state of heavy water, deuterium. The crystal lattice was perfect, too perfect for a natural formation. To the touch, this ice felt warm, around 0 degrees Celsius, but it didn't melt. It sublimated, evaporating without a liquid state, with a faint hiss. Fact 4. The whispering forest. About 50 kilometers from the wall, we entered it. It was a forest growing directly out of this strange ice. The trees looked like red corals or glass structures. They didn't reach upwards but grew at impossible, non-Euclidean angles. They were warm and vibrated, emitting the same low-frequency hum our instruments had detected. They were alive. When we broke off a piece, it didn't leak sap. It disintegrated into billions of tiny points of light and reassembled itself a minute later. We realized these weren't individual organisms. The entire forest was a single being. Fact 5. The frozen echo. In this forest, we found them. Creatures, flash frozen in the ice. They were unlike anything on Earth. Imagine an insect made of polished metal, but the size of a car. Too many joints, limbs bending in the wrong directions, and they weren't dead. Our instruments showed residual bioelectric activity. They were sleeping. For them, the ice wasn't a tomb, but a cocoon. Fact 6. The city. Our objective, the source of the gravitational anomaly. We thought it was a ship. We were wrong. In the center of a valley surrounded by the whispering forest, it stood. It wasn't a city of buildings, it was a mechanism. The size of a small mountain range, thousands of black, smooth towers connected by bridges of light. No windows, no doors. The city was silent. It wasn't working, it was waiting. We sent a drone. When the drone approached the central tower, it changed. Its surface rippled like water and for a few seconds became transparent. What we saw inside broke 2 members of our team. They started screaming and smashing their heads against the ice until they fell silent. Inside the tower weren't mechanisms. There were worlds. Fact 7. The worlds in the tower. Each tower isn't a building. It's a simulation, an incubator. Inside one of them, we saw our Earth, shrunk to the size of a planetarium. We watched life emerge and die on it, watched the ages pass from dinosaurs to the present day. Our entire world, our entire history, was just a lab experiment inside one of thousands of these towers. In another tower, we saw a world where consciousness was achieved by giant gas clouds in the atmosphere of a gas giant. In a third, a civilization built on sound, where beings were living waves. This city, this mechanism, it wasn't just waiting, it was collecting. It created and studied an infinite number of realities. And then we understood the most terrifying truth, the most important secret fact. When the drone got closer, the tower didn't just show us our world. It noticed us. For the first time in millions of years of experimentation, the lab mice looked back at the scientist. What struck from the tower wasn't a beam, not a discharge. The strike was mental, informational. A stream of data flooded our minds. I only survived because my helmet was equipped with an experimental psychic dampening system. It filtered 99 of the impact, but that 1% was enough. I saw the creator. I can't describe it. Imagine you are a two-dimensional drawing on a piece of paper, and a three-dimensional being looks at you. You are incapable of comprehending its shape. I saw only its shadow in our dimension, and that shadow was larger than our galaxy. To it, we weren't even an experiment. We were. A rounding error in the code, noise in the data, and it decided to correct the error. The city began to wake up. The towers started to glow. The ice beneath our feet began to vibrate. I ran. I ran without looking back, leaving the bodies of my comrades behind, who had simply dissolved, erased from reality like a failed sketch. I returned alone. I brought with me this last, most important fact. They think the anomaly is over there, behind the wall. They're wrong. The core drilling showed. The ice on our side, is slowly changing its structure. It's becoming the same. The source isn't trying to break through to us. It's simply expanding. Our world is not on the verge of an invasion. Our world is in the process of assimilation. The process has already begun.